Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Cosmo Muse Tarot. And my new Friday feature is sort of like mystery messages. So this week's mystery message is coming from your soul. The creativity of your soul has sort of a mystery message it wants to bring up for you guys. So we have 3 piles to choose from. You are very welcome to choose as many piles as call to you. So pile 1, we have orange chalcedony. Pile 2, we have flower agate. And pile 3, we have sort of a pink toned Lemurian quartz. Okay, take your time to feel into these stones. Feel free to pause if you need. And feel into which pile or piles are drawing you in. When you're ready, timestamps are in the descriptions, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your mystery message from the creativity of your soul. So we're going to get the initial message. This is the deck that inspired this mystery message, and it is the Creative Soul deck. I am going to have to refer to the guidebook on this one because I don't know the intended associations for each of these cards. So let's dive into it. Okay, let's get your initial kind of main theme of this mystery message. Oops. So we've got art 2. Okay, so let me see if I can find this. I'm trying to figure out what the image is. It's like a leaf, like water dripping off of a leaf maybe, or some kind of husk or leaf. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so art 2. Hang in there with me. I think it says 1 of art, 2 of art. It must be that. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, so 2 of art is what this is. Okay, so art is experience translated into expression. Each day we navigate and explore the margins of texture, sound, shape, and motion. There are unseen depths of experience within the simplicity of each action. The 2 of art asks you to deepen the creativity of the everyday. How can you imbue each action with uninhibited creativity? Find the divine creation that surrounds you. Beautiful. So, this feels like the creativity in your soul is asking that you become much more aware of even the very simple ritualistic things you do, like being more present to all of the things you're normally on automatic pilot with, and like how can you experience this, right? Instead of just do it and be on autopilot, how can you experience each thing you're doing with like a little bit more sensation, a little bit more curiosity, a little bit more openness to what something means, like really diving into like, why am I doing this? Or why did this feel this way? And when you become more aware of what you're doing, hence kind of enhancing your sense of experience in life, there's more to express out of you, right? There's more art, like a more artful connection to life, because it's like because there's more experience, sense of experience in life. There's more to express about life. And so life takes on this more artful quality. So that's something that your soul's creativity is wanting to bring up for you, which is really, really beautiful. Such a simple message, but a profound message. Those are sometimes my favorite, the most simple and most profound messages. It's like, yeah, your soul is just like, art doesn't have to be big. Art doesn't have to be this thing you're either born with or not. It's like, live things, experience them. Don't kind of fade out to life, right? Like, be in the moment, experience it, and then that gives you this whole wealth and depth of things to express, right? So really cool. Okay, let's get a Priestess of Light for a little more guidance around this. How does Spirit want to help you with this? We've got duality, many meanings, misunderstanding. Interesting. I think that this Priestess of Light is referencing Mary Magdalene, where there isn't like, there's been a lot of mistaken understanding of who she was. And a lot of people believe she was actually one of the, I think I might have this a little wrong. I'm not like deeply versed in this, but I get consistent little things that pop up about this. It's probably just like the types of silos I've curated, typical thing people would talk about. But I think she was like, or there's curiosities or little crumbs of evidence or something that she may have actually been like an apostle and definitely sort of a priestess archetype. And so in terms of relating this to your soul wanting you to experience life more deeply, I'm trying to figure out what this might be talking about. Duality, many meanings, misunderstanding. Let's get your next card out. I need to sit on this for a minute. You know, and I've kind of talked about Mary Magdalene. Let's see your next card and if that helps bridge what this is about, because it's not immediately feeling clear to me. The sailor, new influences, wanderlust. Oh, okay. I think your soul is trying to speak, like the creativity in your soul, I think is trying to say like who you believe yourself to be is a little bit limited right now. I think it wants you to get out and explore in life and wake up to the reality of like, no, what I've assumed about myself could be compared to like this, you know, Mary Magdalene in more traditional rhetoric or more religious tradition was like a prostitute that washed Jesus's feet. And some of these like sort of deeper dives into her are saying, no, that was like maybe a different Mary, and Mary Magdalene was actually sort of like this priestess and maybe even his wife. And so it's like that kind of parallel where it's like who you've believed yourself to be archetypally is like much less like you've given yourself such a less important starring role in your own movie, and your soul is saying, like, wake up, like you're actually like this priestess, this force to be reckoned with. You've totally misunderstood who you are, and maybe it's sort of like part of that awakening to your archetype, to really owning who you actually are, is like experiencing life more deeply, like really being present to experiencing life. And part of helping that along is going out on some adventures, is pushing yourself with a little bit of wanderlust, a little bit of new environment, a little bit of adventure and exploration. Might kind of wake up that sense of like, then you're not stuck in just routines. You're doing different things, and you have to, like that, you can't be on autopilot with that because it's new. And so it's like, yeah, I feel like your soul's creativity is like, I'm ready to help you wake something up to who I really am, and the potential in me, but I need you to start experiencing life. I need you to get brave and seek some new experiences and explore life in new ways to make you actually experience life instead of being stuck in routine and some kind of lesser connection to life than what you're meant for, right? So not that it has to result in something big. This isn't saying like it's going to transform your life and you're going to, it could, but it could also just like wake you up to really experiencing life more deeply and honoring you as a better and more important star in the role of your own life. That's what it feels like. Okay, so let's get a final message for you with this mystery message from the Divine Feather Messenger. This one wants to come out. White turkey. The power to heal the earth is within you. Wow, that's kind of big. I also think of like earth as starting with our own bodies, the power to heal your own body and then spiraling out from there. Your environment, literal earth from there, but you kind of have to start somewhere smaller and more personal to make it, to really understand it, right? And so that has something to do with what's waking up in you in terms of like your archetype that's bigger than you're understanding it to be. Is there's so much power and there's so much more healing capacity in you. That's what this translates as to me. It's like you have so much, like you've scratched the surface of how powerful you are is what's coming through. Just like, how powerful, not to say a prostitute's not powerful, but in terms of the Mary Magdalene story, just someone who's actually in somebody else's story versus, as the prostitute washing Jesus's feet, that feels like she's in his story versus being this priestess that actually preaches and teaches, and like that's yours, that's her story then. And so I feel like it's that kind of transition of like how much power you're recognizing now versus what you could actually tap if you start to experience life and then have more to express because of that. And then really tapping into more of an artful quality in life. It just is like waking you up to who you are as your own star, right? So yeah, much bigger message than I expected, but I love it. Really, really powerful and beautiful. And I hope this resonated. I hope it makes sense. I'm sure we all could wake up to much deeper and more powerful aspects and archetypes within. So not calling out anything or anyone. We all have this capacity. So, but whatever the creativity of your soul wanted to speak to you directly about this, though, because it's time for you. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If it did resonate, I always appreciate support, likes, shares, subscribes. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And I wish you guys luck with this mystery message and whatever it opens up for you. All right, I will see you guys in future readings. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your mystery message reading from the creativity of your soul. So you guys picked the flower agate, which we'll just put up in the corner here for you guys. So this deck here, it is what inspired this week's particular mystery message. It is the Creative Soul deck. I have not used this very much because I do have to rely on the guidebook for it, because I haven't even in my personal life used it much, so I don't know the card associations, but the descriptions are super short and quick. So yeah, we'll just tap into the book and we're going to use this deck to kick it off to get the main theme of this mystery message from the creativity of your soul. What is it wanting to say to you? Oracle, interesting. Okay, and that looks like the inside of a oh my gosh, I know flowers so well, and I know what this flower is, and it's just escaped my mind. It doesn't matter, maybe it will come to me during the reading, but it is like the inside, the center of a flower. A kind of lily. Yeah, anyway, why can't I remember? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's look for Oracle here. Card number 7, that helps. Okay, Oracle. As an extremely powerful card, the Oracle proclaims your wisdom and insight. Connect to your divine source of energy, the ancient soul that resides all around and within. This all-seeing entity encourages you to connect and guide your community into a place of unity and harmony. Beware to use this power for the well-being of others and not seep the senses in rapacious indulgence. Wow. Okay, so your soul's creativity is wanting to talk to you about like intuitive, deep knowings that you have that can really bring some like unity healing in your community. So this is actually asking you to step up and out in your world. This is a little less personal, other than the fact that it's coming from your soul and its creative expression. Something deep within is trying to talk about like how can you step out into the world as more of like a unifying force, right? Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so let's tap into the Priestesses of Light to see what kind of spiritual assistance is here for you around this. Couldn't be a more perfect card from this deck. Precognition, psychic ability, future vision. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely feeling like you're seeing a path forward. You're seeing something about how the future could be, what needs to be, what could bring, like you're having like beautiful vision and understanding of like how to heal some community divisions. And that could be in your like very local tight-knit communities. It could be in your, you know, your sense of community that you have in your city, communities you're involved in your city, or it could just be more community as in like humanity. Whatever level this resonates to you as, it could be much more, you know, intimate community versus collective community, whatever level you're feeling like you have some kind of psychic notion about some bringing together of things, how to heal fragments, how to heal separations, how to heal differences, how to, I don't know, it's like bridge building, but it's not just through skill and like, oh, I know how to, I've learned some skills on how to help create some unity and bridge building. It's like you have some kind of vision. There's something like coming through. It's like you can see a future that could be. And that vision is giving you some kind of understanding of how to like step up and be kind of a bridge builder based on a vision, right? So trust this is asking your soul, and its creativity is asking for you to have a lot of self-trust here. It can be really scary to kind of step into some position and say, I can see the future. I know what should be done. Trust my vision, right? There's a little bit of responsibility you hold in that, or a lot of responsibility you hold in doing so. And so it's asking, your soul is asking for a lot of trust in what it's whispering to you about and the visions it's opening you up to. Okay, let's get one more card here, the Gambler. And that taps into what I was just saying. It says loss and risks, and I think I wasn't going to tap into the loss, but it does actually feel resonant when you do sort of, because like when you do have a vision of the future, and that's an uncertain thing to people, right? Even to yourself. And there's like a lot of trust required. Tapping into the fact that I said, that is like you have to have a lot of courage. There is risk in it, right? There is this thing of putting yourself out there and your vision out there and asking people to take a risk on it, because there is no guarantees. The loss part, I believe, is that like when you put that kind of energy out, when you put sort of proclamations out and asking for a vision to be seen and recognized, you're not going to get everyone wanting to follow or believe. And there are losses in that. There are people that will not, that will go their own way. I don't even want to call it loss. It's just like some people will go their own way. That is fine. Don't take it personally. Don't let fear enter the equation. Just know that that is part of putting a vision out into the world. Is not everyone is going to align with that. And it's okay. So it is your soul asking you to take a risk. It is asking for a lot of trust. It is also bringing you a lot, when you do open up to trust in your soul's creativity, it will really tap you into some oracle-like future vision. And with that, this knowing of what to do to kind of bring people together towards that and away from like fractures, right, in the world. Okay. So, divine feather message, and I actually want to be more specific with the intention of this card, is like, what is this vision going to bring? What do you need to know about the vision that you're coming into, that your soul's creativity is tapping you into? And we've got Crane. You will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. Oh, I like that. Like maybe this vision and this oracle kind of sight is being given to multiple people. Sometimes that happens, like ideas. I don't remember who talked about ideas in this way. I think it was, who's the woman that wrote Eat, Love, Pray? She also wrote a book, I think it was called like Big Creativity. And it was sort of like ideas are actually like information kind of floating, in the currents, in the matrix. They actually like aren't really ours, the way we interpret them as ours. But that's why you'll see like certain movies come out around the same time that almost seem exactly the same. It's because it's like pollinating, like ideas are pollinating to multiple people. It's like zeitgeist stuff. So you're tapping into, a psychic vision, but other people are too. And I think you're going to find someone. We don't always meet people who have that catch the same ideas or the same visions, but this is indicating that you minimally will meet someone that really, really deeply believes in what your vision is, but potentially meeting someone that had the same vision, and so the same depth of like conviction. But either way, like someone stepping into really be kind of like a partner type support in whatever this, I don't know. I mean, it's mysterious. I'm not getting what the vision is, probably because it's different for each of you. But yeah, it's like your soul's creativity is really asking you to trust it and open to it. And it wants to tap you into, some kind of vision that can bring some unity, and take the risk. You will find some kind of beautiful partner with this as well. So whatever that means to you, and maybe it's yet to come, maybe you don't know yet at all what this means, but I guess we'll see. Would love to hear in the comments if some of you already know what this could mean to you. All right. Anyway, if this did resonate, I always appreciate support. Likes, shares, subscribes are easy ways to do that. Always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And I wish you guys beauty and luck and whatever you need for this, your soul's creative message. All right. See you guys in future readings. Hello, lovely pile 3. Welcome to your mystery message. And this mystery message is from your soul's creativity. It was inspired by this deck that we are going to use to initially get that like main kind of foundational message, kind of mysterious thing that your soul wants to talk to you about. Literally creative soul deck. So I'm going to use the guidebook for this because I don't know all of the card meanings and associations, but they're, quick little clips. So let's get into it. Let's see what, right away, the theme of this message is about movement. Okay, card 15. Let's see what we get here. Okay. This card indicates stagnation, a drifting, dissipating energy. This is a strong signal to change course or reevaluate your current position. Fluctuations in motion are a necessary role in creative expression, but what stale energy can be cleared now to create more freedom? What intuitive shifts can be made to allow simplicity move into ease, and find reinvention. Ooh, I love this. So your soul wants to talk to you, or at least the creativity that your soul possesses is like ready. It's saying, I'm ready to shake something up in life. I'm feeling a need for to connect to life in a new way. I'm looking for fresh inspiration. I'm looking for fresh energy. And in order to find that, I need us to move, whether that's dancing, traveling, moving, furniture around in certain rooms, exercise, like whatever it is, exercising, whatever resonates with you, all of the above. Literally moving home, if you've been thinking about that. This could be sort of some kind of confirmation, like, yeah, it's like the energy where I live is stale. Whatever resonates for you, big or small, the creativity in your soul is saying, I need things to shake up a bit. I need life to connect, to flow in a new kind of way. Something has gotten too routine. The saying that comes to mind all of a sudden was like, things work until they don't work, and that might ring true for you in terms of something in your life, like something has been working well and suddenly it's not working well. There's something that needs a shake-up, that needs to be imbued with fresh energy, that needs to get out of the box, to shed some old brittle skins and shells and whatever, barks. But yeah, okay, let's tap into the Priestesses of Light to see kind of a spiritual guidance energy around you and see if that brings a little bit more insight into what's needing movement. Twin flames, soul partner, eternal connection. So this may be talking about like romantic relationships in your life. Has one become a little bit stale? Do you need to shake things up? Do some things different and more fun in a relationship? Has something become stale around being single? Do you need to, not placing like pressure on like I need to find the one, but do you just need to like get on like a dating app and just go on a whole bunch of dates just to meet people, just to kind of see what kind of connections are out there, just to practice connecting with your heart? Maybe if you are, I don't know why a breakup came up. I don't really want to talk about breakups when it's saying, soul partners. But I think it's coming up to say, if this is no sign that you're about to go through a breakup, but I think this is coming through for those who are in the midst of a breakup. There's something here where your soul, even if you felt like it wasn't your choice and you're heartbroken, something on the soul level actually called this in. Something wasn't connecting anymore for the creativity of your soul, and was saying there's something more eternal, there's something more deeply connected, there's like a deeper connection to be found than this one. Eternal connection. So if it's loss in terms of, I don't know why we're going here, I don't like doing these things, but if there was a death, this is saying there is an eternal connection. So maybe in another life it will still be there, or in an afterlife it's soul level connection, right? So it may be loss for now, but it's not an eternal loss, like in a deeper sense. So however this resonates, I feel like those more difficult messages that came up, whether like the breakup or an actual loss of someone's life came up, those are like really specifically for a couple people. I think the majority of you, this is sort of like how to infuse new energy into kind of romantic connection, whether that's getting out and dating or shaking things up in your relationship to do things that you haven't normally done and just infusing new life into things. Okay, let's get another kind of archetypal type card to get more specific here. The Brawler, lack of empathy, confrontation. Well, That's interesting. Definitely kind of taps into, if there are a few people here going through already, not about to, but already going through a breakup, it just might be like there's something healthier out there. Like your soul is done with you feeling like you're always in the boxing ring, right? Something's become brittle and it's become hard to hold empathy for each other. For those of you that are not experiencing that, which is probably the majority, brawler, lack of empathy, confrontation. This feels like, it's an interesting message coming through, because I'm definitely seeing like the thorns on the roses is like, sometimes to shake things up, we have to risk a few thorns, some resistance, or a few bad dates, or some, like if you're in a relationship that feels like it's kind of lost some sparkle, and to shake that up, you literally might have to kind of put the boxing gloves on, have to kind of like put a little bit of fight into things to enliven it, to say, hey, like we are in a rut, wake up, like we need to we really need to do something about this. We really need to infuse some new life into our life. And that takes sort of some confrontation, right? It takes taking a risk. It takes being willing to endure some thorns of resistance, or maybe initial lack of empathy from the other side, because they're comfortable, right? But it's like, hang in, like keep doing it, keep shaking them. They will wake up, they will see this, they will see the importance, but you may have to endure a few thorns first. If you're getting out there and dating, it feels like, just a few, to expect when you're, going on app dates from apps or setups from friends or whatever it is. It's like there are going to be some bad dates, right? Shouldn't dissuade you from staying out there. It's all informing you, like what is and isn't right for you. It's all information. It's all more deeply connecting to who you are and what you want, hence calling in that. So there's something here, with that twin flame. It's like, it's just asking for some movement around partners, around heart connections. Okay, so to end this, we're going to get a divine feather message, which may kind of bring home some essence here too. I'm kind of feeling this blue one. Heron, let go of convention and follow your own unique path. Yeah, so there are questions to be asked here, to really come into resonance with what soul partner means to you. Are you in your relationship, for those of you in a relationship, are you following certain conventions that have become dull to you? And is there a fear of bringing in an expression into your relationship that's different, that's a bit out of the box, that is going to ask your partner to trust something very different to come through, to trust you in what you're asking? And it's like, this is just saying, like, you need to start honoring what's unique in you. What do you actually want? What's going on here? If you're someone that this feels like it's talking about getting out and dating, maybe you need to try a different method of dating. Maybe if you've been on apps, close the apps and actually go out places and try and meet people in person in different ways, or ask friends to set you up, just like mixing up how you are plugging into dates. Or maybe you're not fully being yourself. Like maybe there's some shyness, or trying to read into what someone else's expectations are and fit into their box. And it's like, no, other way around. Like really fully express your uniqueness so that you don't get trapped in someone else's projections, right? Oh, that really caught projections. There is something here where it's like, I think there's something about you that's really needing to be expressed in order to break certain projections that have been placed on you in relationships. It's time to fully own who you are and not be prone to, the projections of others. And it may require you to be a little bit more tough and a little less empathetic towards the other. Not saying you need to be an asshole, right? Or selfish or narcissistic, but I think there may be some projections you're needing to break in relationship patterns. And to do so, you need to be a little bit more self-assertive, a little more confrontational, and a little bit more open to being outside of the box, to showing all of the weird, wacky, unique things that are in you, right? So I hope this makes sense. I hope it resonates. I'm sure on some level we all could heed these soul messages. We're all prone to having projections and making projections and being projected upon and not fully owning who we are, and that making some kind of soul connections not as pure as they could be. So there's something about your soul's creativity that's really wanting to speak up about this. Like, just like I gave this analogy, I think, in the last reading I did, not talking about the different pile, but like another whole separate reading. I just made this analogy of like, we routinely have to clean out closets in our homes, right? They get messy. And I think projections are the same in relationships. We routinely have to kind of see what we're projecting, what others are projecting, and do some work to like shake that up, break out of those, confront some things that have gotten weird in terms of how we are romantically connecting with others or soulfully connecting with others. So it's, So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonates, I always appreciate support. Likes, shares, subscribes are easy ways to do that. Always, always, always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. And I just wish you a lot of luck with whatever this is. It's all here to help you find more aliveness and authenticity in relationships, and just like honoring yourself and others too. Okay, have a beautiful one, and I will see you in future readings.